Alright, Scott, we're flying in this one, but not too far.
For a whole lot more videos like this one, check out our channel, give us a like, and subscribe.
Well, Nate, we're taking a look at Everspace 2. Well, it's in alpha build. This game is coming out in early access on Steam in December of 2020 this year, but we had a little sneak peek look at it, and what would you say your first impressions of this game are?
Alright, so visually, it looks really good. My handle couldn't actually, take the top graphics, but from what I could see and what you've shown me, it looks really good. So I'm gonna have to give it that. But there's not a lot to the alpha build, so there's about 6, maybe 7 planets, not even, that we can explore, each with their own set of missions or a series of mini quests and kind of things to just explore and mine. So I don't know. It feels a lot like the first one, though. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I've played the first one quite a little bit, but it is a roguelike, and I'm not sure if they plan to keep the roguelike elements in this one. The first one had a lot of, you could clear the area, move on through the gate to the next area, and it was a very closed space that was very controlled, and waves of enemies coming at you kind of thing. And you had options to do different kind of exploration, but this game seems to be all exploration, where it's a lot of space, kind of fields of asteroids, but it's very loose and open. You do have a kind of jumping system to maneuver to these different kind of locations, as you said, but it's very open feeling, and that makes it feel pretty empty, in my opinion. Now, they do say right when you load this game up that this is an alpha build and that everything is subject to change, and that this is just a kind of sneak peek. Don't expect this to be everything in the game, but I have to say that there is that feeling of, is this really the first game just open world? I'm not quite sure how to gauge it.
A few things that are actually different with this: they have the home base, which you can kind of repair your ship or refuel it, or just actually store items that you find along the way. And another cool thing is that there's actually 3 ships that you get to pick from. The fighter is, well, it speaks for itself in its name, and then the Sentinel, which is the class that they start you with, which is, seems like a pretty overall average aircraft. And the third one, well, it just brings more variations in weapons and, storage space. So I did enjoy that for sure. Unfortunately, there is no options to upgrade as of yet. There is a little section in the menu that says management and upgrades or whatever, but it's not there, unfortunately. So I can't really speak on behalf of that side of it. You do actually level up your ship, and you have a gain experience in this game, which I thought was also kind of fun, because while I was exploring, man, I got intercepted by these guys, and they were like 2 levels higher than me, and I almost died. I actually had to evade and fly around this asteroid, and it was hard because when you're trying to enter hyperdrive or enter hyperspace, you can't get shot at or else it depletes your meter. So it was pretty intense. I actually got out of it, but then they intercepted me after that again. But anyway, it's pretty funny, and just some cool things that you can do in this game.
Yeah, that's good. That's the action that I'm really familiar with from the first game. You get overwhelmed by some really strong and enemy craft very early on in those games, and that's kind of what leads you to jump to the next area just to escape. And that's kind of your break between levels in the way that a roguelike would work. There's always been this customization angle to the game where you upgrade your pilot and your aircraft kind of separately, so I'm expecting to see that return, but like you said, everything being shaded out and blocked at the moment, I'm really just left to speculate on what I think is going to be there. This game is not where it needs to be for us to review it, but we did want to take a pre-look at this while we had the opportunity, because we're either gonna recommend or not recommend this game.
Well, man, I would have to definitely say wait till closer to December for sure. I can't say I recommend this right now. If you're kind of itching to play this, pick up the first one. You'll probably have a great time with that. It's a full-fledged game, and it's not that expensive right now. So as of right now, I'm gonna have to say not recommend, but time will tell.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. There's a couple things about this game that just aren't really exciting me yet because I haven't seen enough to compel me. So I can't recommend the finished product with the idea of the game that I have now. And the demo is easy enough to try out, so maybe check that out, but I can't recommend too much this game because the first one is really action-packed, really good, and this one has a lot to live up to, so maybe I recommend that one instead. In this current state, we cannot recommend Everspace 2. Future updates are expected, and we will have the full review at a later date.